Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to Node.js Mongoose tutorials. In this, so far we've covered being able to read data, write data, and connect to the MongoDB database. In this one, we'll do a bit more exciting stuff where we'll update a object from the user. So we'll ask the user to give us the ID of the object, and then we'll also give the user an opportunity to provide one or more property that they want to update with the new values that they want to update them to. And then we'll update the objects and send them back the updated object. Right, so let's get started. First of all, we're going to have to create a new express route for this because we need a way to get information from the user. So router.put, we're going to use the put here, like the REST spec specifies, and we'll say update ID, and then function request response. This should only take a minute, shouldn't take long. And once that's done, now we're capturing the ID that the person wants to update. So if the client wants to update this one, then they would provide the ID for that. If this one, then that, and if this one, then that. And we'll accept the ID, so we'll say ID equals request.params.id. Now we're going to use the choice model that we've defined before to say that give me a object with that ID. So previously, we did choice model dot find. If we look here, down here, we use choice model dot find. This finds all the objects that match this criteria. In this case, it's empty, so no criteria. So it'll match all the objects. In here, we'll do find one because we only expect one property, one object to have one ID because IDs are unique, right? So we'll do choice model dot find one, and then we'll provide it a underscore ID, and then a callback as usual, error, and then found object. Now that we have found the object, we need to do a couple of basic things. So if error, then console.log error, and then res.status 500.send else. So if there's no errors, then check if found object exists. So if it doesn't exist, then say res.send 404. Oops. Send else. So if it does exist. So if there are no errors and if the object exists, then update the object. But before we update the object, we need to find out which property the user wants us to update. So let's use our old friend post body or the request body. So if request.body.name is defined, then we'll say found object.name equals request.body.name, and we won't do else because we want both expressions to be evaluated. So we'll say if it's ice cream name, then update ice cream name here and ice cream name here. This has to match, so in the left side it has to match the name that we was defining the schema in the earlier thing. So in schema we have defined ice cream name and name, so in the left hand side has to match that, but the right hand side doesn't matter. So this can be ice cream name 2, ice cream name 3, as long as that's what the user provides. But it normally should be same because we want the user to be able to specify them correctly. And it has to be quite intuitive as well. So now that we've updated the properties, we'll then save the objects. We'll do found objects.save, and as usual, we'll do function callback function error and then updated object. Oh. And here we'll say if error again. Why do you keep doing this? If error, then console.log error, and then response.status, and then else. Well, send the updated object. So res.send updated object. Right. So let's go through this quickly. We're saying on my router, when put is executed, when HTTP put is executed on /update / a given ID, then execute my callback function and provide it with the request and response objects. Create a new variable called ID and extract the parameter ID from the path parameter. Call my choice model and find me one object which matches this criteria, which in this case is match my ID with the ID that the user has provided me. And then call my callback function with error and the object that you find. If there's an error, log that error and send the status 500 to the user. Else, if my object is not found, then set my status to 400 and send that for 404 status. Sorry. Else, if it is found, then that was random. If it is found, then check if the requester body .name exists. So if the user has provided me with a name in the body, then assign that name to my object. So update the name that is stored with the new name that has been given. If the requester body .iStream name is provided in the request body, then update the iStream name of the object to the new value that has been given to me. Then finally save the object, call my callback function with the error and the new object that you updated. If error is caused, then log the error and send 500 status as usual. Else, response.send updated object, so send my new object to the user. Hopefully this will work, so save that, restart the server. Oh, that was weird. Okay, let's go back to it. I don't know why it crashed or it turned off. I think there's 7 and may not be running. Documents, projects, npm start. So start your server up. Now, because there's a new URL, it's /update /ID. We're going to have to create a new one. So it's a put request to and we'll pass, say for instance, this ID to the thing. And what we'll do is in this case we're going to update the name to Bilbo, from Bilbo to Frodo, and we'll update the ice cream name from chocolate to blueberry, I guess. So we need to provide it with a body, raw body, JSON, application JSON, and provide with our super awesome string. Name, update that to Frodo, and update the ice cream name to blueberry, and send that. Let's just check that. Awesome. We now have the new object that is updated to Frodo and blueberry ice cream name, and is kept the same ID. We go back and do a GET request again on this. That should update, and that has updated. Woohoo! And just to make sure, let's check the database as well. So dbchoice.find pretty, and Frodo and blueberry have been stored successfully. Now, if in the next update I don't want to store blueberry, but I want to I want to keep the name, but I want to change the ice cream name from blueberry to something else. So say for instance I want to say ice cream name, I want to keep the name, but I want to change the ice cream name. So ice cream name to give me a nice ice cream name, man. Cookie. Cookie, yeah. Send that, and that's updated to Cookie. Go back here, refresh this page as well. That's Cookie as well, and refresh this as well, and woohoo! We have all the data. Right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. In the next one, we'll do a little bit more cool stuff. So I'll see you guys till then. Take care, bye bye, peace.